Hello, everybody. We are here at West End Park in Boston, Massachusetts, and we're walking up to a piece of public art in the park called The Greatest Neighborhood This Side of Heaven. This is emblazoned on a pedestrian walkway that connects the West End to the Charles River. And you can see it's really a pretty big carving into the side of the walkway, and it goes underneath this overpass here in the West End. The West End is a complicated historical moment in Boston's history, and they are trying to do a good job of honoring what is considered a failure of an urban renewal project. So the first thing that I would like to show you is a map of the original West End of Boston as seen from above prior to 1959. So there's this plaque honoring the West End, and you can see the names of the historic streets. Up on the left top corner is Charles Bank, and you can see the north, and then the names of streets that are no longer here, like Lind and McLean. If you take a couple of steps up, you see this exact same area as it is now after 1959. These streets have been renamed. You can still see Charles Bank up on the left, but the rest of the streets have been renamed. This area is the location of the West End Park, which is a small effort at reclaiming this historic district. In the 1960s, it was raised due to the highway funds created to provide roads through cities. In the 1830s, Charles Bulfinch oversaw the work of settling this area, and it became the sort of place that the wealthy settled. The north end of Boston had gotten crowded, and this was originally a bay, but Charles Bulfinch oversaw the filling in of the bay, and this became a wealthy area. Ultimately, the wealthy moved to Beacon Hill, and lower income immigrants ended up settling in this West End area. At the height of the West End's population, you can see some of the cobblestone streets are still here. At the height of the West End population growth, there were 23,000 residents. But the city also considered it a slum. And in the 1930s and 40s, there were a series of ordinances to try and raise this area of Boston. Ultimately, it did succeed. And now most of the buildings are these gigantic modern skyscrapers. It's known for having brutalist architecture, which you can see in front of us at Government Center. And then there are still little holdouts of buildings from the before times, which are so unique here. The juxtaposition of the advertisement, the Apple advertisement on this tiny old brick building is very, very funny to me and very Boston. Now the city and the residents are attempting to do memories of the former residents and honor the history of this urban renewal project that is not considered a success, but it is super interesting. You can see the public art of the greatest city this side of heaven and views of the Boston skyline. So Thank you for checking out the historic West End with me and the West End Park. I hope you enjoyed it.